Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Welcome to Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone is doing great. Thank you so much for joining the show this morning, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you're well. 24 hours before Manchester United face Nottingham Forest. You know what? It seems like forever. Honestly, it does. This international break has really dragged on this time. And it seems like it's a never-ending story with these international games, to be honest. And it seems like I haven't had the luxury of watching Manchester United for months. It's been ages, hasn't it? It feels that way anyway, guys. And you know what? I'm glad it's back. I'm glad real football is back. Sadly, there was no football at the weekend. I mean, I don't know why they cancelled football at the weekend. I think that was a little bit silly. I know that the FA Cup was on, but do you know what? No one really cares about Man City and teams like that, to be honest. So they should have just played the Premier League on Saturday and Sunday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Would have saved a little bit of extra time at the end of the season, of course, wouldn't it? If we're being honest with you guys. Now, let me get into the real news, of course, about Manchester United. Now, it is rumoured that Manchester United are still interested in Alejandro Balde. Alejandro Balde, I mentioned on the show before, a Barcelona player, left wing back. Very good player. Look, 21 years old, first teamer for Barcelona. Now, look, I'm mentioning this news because I've heard a couple of outlets talking about Balde. Now, I want to give my little spin on things. Manchester United have Diego Leon, Dorgu, and Luke Shaw at the club right now. Now, depending, and Malacia as a left wing back or left back, however you want to put it. But I would like to stress that we're not going to, unless we get rid of some of those left backs, Man United not going to sign another left back. So why are we linked with this guy? So I started to think to myself, maybe, just maybe, we might want to deploy Dorgu on the right-hand side, or we want to play another, Dalot as rotating as a bench player. And, I think it makes sense in that aspect, make Diego Leon the substitute. And Balde is a generational left wing back, and he can play left wing as well. He's the type of player that Manchester United need. But I do think that Man United needs someone on the right-hand side too. And I think that, a proper natural right side. Now, I know that Ruben Amorim does like playing inadvertently. He likes to play inadverted wing backs. That's quite true. But I just feel like Dorgu plays so well on that left-hand side. I wouldn't move him from there. And I would primarily concentrate on the right-hand side for me. Balde would cost around 60 million euros, a lot of money, and if Man United wanted to buy Balde, it would cost a little bit more than that probably as well. Contract running out in 2028. But there's no doubt about the guy's talent. Barcelona have just gone top of the league, of course, in La Liga, and they look good. They look pretty good this season. Flick has done a good job at Barcelona. It is a league that, you can either come first or second. If you come below that, if you're Barcelona Real Madrid manager, if you come below first or second, then there is a problem at the end of the day. But you know what? I would say that decent job, fair dues to him. And I feel that Manchester United, if I was going to go forward with any deals, I think Man United should prioritize the positions that we need, that we don't have, because we have left wing backs. We need a right wing back. We need a midfielder. We need another number 10. We need a striker, guys. As much as anything, like with everything around right now, most of all, Manchester United. I don't know what you guys think about that. What is the highest priority right now? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna write a poll on that as well today. I'm gonna write a poll on that. Absolutely. Good morning, Matata. Thank you, Mubarak, to you too. Big up yourself. Roy Michael, good morning, Sal, and everyone. Have a good day. Bless. Big up, everyone. Of course, guys, England has gone forward 1 hour. In regards to the time difference, England have gone forward 1 hour. So I start at 10 Middle Eastern time. So, the time doesn't move in the Middle East. It only moves in Europe. So I'm starting a little bit earlier. So big up, Abdullah. Thank you, Eid Mubarak, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I hope your Eid is blessed and you have a great day, my friend. And enjoy it. It is a reward for the month of Ramadan. You've had a very, very, inspirational month in regards to learning about yourself and restraint, and appreciation. So well done, Abdullah, and have a great Ramadan, of course, guys. And thank you, everyone who's here. You guys, absolute legends, of course, guys. So look, the Boulder claim, and it is a little bit, like, I'm a little bit conflicted with it because I know that Man United have left backs, and I think Man United's priority. I've always said this, and I'll say it again. I cannot stress it enough that Man United need to concentrate on the spine of a team. So basically, we've got like, at the moment, Onana is not a good part of the spine. De Ligt is a good part of the spine. I would say Ugarte is a good part of the spine. Then we go on to the number 10s, right? And then you think like, oh, well, Bruno can play there. He's decent. But then the striker, I don't think is going to get us 20, 30 goals season. So I think we need another part of that spine we need to fix. And we need someone who can score a few goals, of course, guys. Absolutely, which will be absolutely imperative for Man United going forward, of course, So I would say that, of course. Now, another player that Manchester United are interested in, and Man United are going to be going after goalkeepers this summer. Believe it or not, subject to popular belief, Man United will be going after goalkeepers this summer. There will be goalkeepers that Man United will be interested in. And one of those goalkeepers is Joan Garcia. He is a 23-year-old who currently plays for Espanyol. Now, guys who've been watching this show for quite a long time, you would know that I've mentioned about Joan Garcia a couple of times. Now, I'm not a big fan of small goalkeepers. All right, I'm not a big fan of small guys. I like domineering goalkeepers, and not to say that Joan Garcia isn't, but I like that domineering goalkeeper at Man United. Now, the enticing thing about Joan Garcia is that he's 20 million euros, and Man United can possibly, if Man United could do a deal for Onana and let Onana go to Saudi Arabia or something like that, and get 30 million, help with FFP, etc. Man United can do a deal with Joan Garcia and probably save some money as well. Do you know what I mean? For other parts of the team, of course. Now, Joan Garcia has been around. He is only 23, but he is he has been around the block. He is capturing the interest of the likes of Bayern Munich, Manchester City, and Arsenal. So those are the potential of Joan Garcia. He's catching a lot of interest. So he's obviously very, very highly rated in regards to goalkeeping-wise. And I'm surprised that Arsenal will be looking at him, given that they've got their goalkeeper ready, Raya already and stuff. But of course, it just goes to show you that your place is never guaranteed. And Joan Garcia or Joan Garcia Pons is a decent player to bring in. And I think Man United will lose Bayern. I think Bayern is going to leave. I do think that. I think Bayern wants first team football. Man United have not offered him first team football so far. The last game that Bayern played was a man of the match display against Arsenal. So I felt like he deserved a little bit of extra game time. If I'm being honest, guys. Big Albert, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. David Owen said the United transfer strategy is changing from established players to cheap prospect potential. He said that Osman doesn't fit their strategy. Now, we're going to have to wait and see, Albert, because you know what? Narratives change, media changes. What I would want and what I think Man United need, I don't know how you feel, Ahmad, but what Man United need is an experienced striker. Not experienced as in 33, 34, 35. Man United need a striker that is around 25 years old, 24, 25, 26, and scoring goals and proven to score goals. Now, I've got Ben Jacobs on the show later on, guys. Fingers crossed. I've got Ben Jacobs on the show later on. And I'm going to pose this question to him. I'm going to pose that question to him, Ahmad, about Man United's transfer strategy. Are Man United just focusing on young players, or are Man United going to go after the likes of Osman or Gutierrez and stuff like that? Because I'm hearing conflicting reports. I'm hearing one person say this, I'm hearing another person say that, and it's never concrete, is it? It's always someone saying, "Oh, but Man United ain't got no money," or Man United will buy some players this summer. Their transfer strategy won't be just absolute with one type of player, I believe. I don't think they're going to go out and buy 6, 7 youngsters. They're going to buy a couple of players that are around 24, 25. They will, because at the end of the day, Man United being out of the Champions League is not profitable. And if Man United buy young players only, we're not going to progress. Like, honestly, you need some proven players in there at the moment. I would say that at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day. But it is an interesting one. And the summer is upon us, coming very soon, of course, guys. Today is the 31st of March, the last day of March, and it is April Fool's Day. Hopefully there's no fool apart from Nottingham Forest tomorrow. Hopefully Man United can get the business done against Nottingham Forest tomorrow. Of course, Ahmad, I hope Edison is consistent with the United strategy, but I'm not sure. Look, at the end of the day, Man United need to sign players that are going to elevate us. Look, what I would say is that, do you think that Real Madrid and Barcelona and teams like that, of that nature, would say, oh, we're okay with throwing away 5 years of football? I wouldn't say that. Man United need to go out there and Man United need to sign the best. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the Man United need to go out there and sign the best. And I would say that Edison would be a fantastic signing for Manchester United, a brilliant player for Man United. But are Man United going to pay the money? And this is the problem that we're having at the moment, you know. And obviously, we as Man United fans, and I'm telling you now, guys, we as Man United fans should not accept anything but the best. Best in class, what they told us, didn't they, when they came into the football club? So we should expect nothing else but the best at Manchester United, in my opinion. And to be honest with you, at the moment, what I'm hearing, we're not going after the best. We're going after the best maybe in 5 years, the best maybe in 6-7 years. That's what we're going after at the moment, which is strange, of course. Big up, Revert7. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Looking sharp today, Sal. Did you get a haircut? Yes, I got a haircut. I had to get a trim. I got it done the other day, Revert7. My hair was an absolute myth. You know what I mean? But I got it done. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Revert7. Thanks for noticing, mate. Yeah, I got a haircut a few days ago now. It is growing back already. My hair grows too quickly, for goodness sake. And I have to cut it every now and then. Big up. Good morning, my friend. So will Ratcliffe prove to the world that he needs to create his own Mbappe's? Look, at the moment, Matata, you know what? I'm going to say it like this, right? I'm going to say it like this. I don't trust Jim Ratcliffe. I've never trusted him. And people who know me know that I don't trust people blindly, right? What I would say is that they had a decent summer. But now you're only as good as your next summer, because we need to go out there and we need to support Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim has not been backed yet. You know, he has had Dorgu through the door. Dorgu was wanted by Man United before Ruben Amorim walked in the door. As people watched Stretford Post in the summer, they would see me talking about Dorgu before Ruben Amorim came in and Erik ten Hag was there. So they have not backed Ruben Amorim with the players that are that he wants yet. You know, so I would say that, you know what, creating your own Mbappe's is a good thing in theory. In theory, that's great. You want to create your own Mbappe's. But I'm sure that every team in the world wants to create their own Mbappe's. You know, talk is cheap at the end of the day. You know, Mbappe's a generational talent. You know, at the end of the day, you cannot teach an Mbappe. You know, at the end of the day, you're going to have to find an Mbappe. And where is this an Mbappe? Where is he? You know, I ain't hearing us going after any Mbappe type players at the moment, and players that are going to be in the future of Manchester United at the end of the day, I would say. But we got the summer, and we have to wait and see what happens in the summer. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. And you know what? You never know. You never know what will happen. And one thing I would say is that it's cautious optimism. Cautious optimism, not overzealous in regards to our feelings about them, and not trusting blindly. And that's what I would say. And that is how I've always put it. You never trust blindly. You know what I mean? There you go. Daniel, what's going on? Good morning, my friend. How you doing? Morning, Sal. How's you? Can 10 teams make it? Yeah, 10 teams can make it into Europe, given the situation. It has to be Aston Villa winning. Was it Aston Villa or Arsenal winning the Champions League? I think it's either Nottingham Forest winning the FA Cup, something like that. Yeah, it can go down to 10 teams, mate. Or if Man City win the FA Cup. No, if Man City win it's Man City win the FA Cup. It's something like that. I'm going to bring it in the show. Yeah, 10 teams can qualify, but it's very complicated. It's going to be very, very unlikely, but it can happen. And if that happens and Man United sneak through the back door, that would be funny, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be something to be proud of, but we'll take it anyway. But we do need to win that Europa League. And that's what I'll say. We need to win that Europa League at the end of the day. Am I worried about new DF Berta? No, Matata. I'm not worried about anyone. I'm not worried about Arsenal. Arsenal can bring in the best in class, whatever they think. Berta, this, that, and the other. We got Vivel. We've got Barada, who was Man City's guy, wasn't he? Barada. Do you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and we got Wilcox, you know, and I don't think we should be worried about any DOFs or stuff like that. You're sounding like Terry Flewers, for goodness sake. Scary times. Scary folk. People are so scared of Arsenal. Oh, we beat Arsenal with 10 men. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, at the Emirates. I'm not really interested in Arsenal, to be honest with you. Why would I be scared? I don't think what I've witnessed in my life, being a Man United supporter for 40 years, I'm not scared of anybody, and I don't think we should be scared of a DOF. Is he playing on the football pitch? I don't think he is. So I don't think so. At the end of the day, Arsenal need to concentrate on not losing their best youngsters, because they've lost Cheeto and they've lost Aiden Heaven to us. So they need to move on from that, of course. Absolutely. But that is part of the story. Those are some of the stories to date. Reverse said Arsenal fan deluded bottle job merchants. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And I'm tired of this, guys. I'm tired of this. And I'm going to bring this into the show. I didn't want... well, Alice can be scared, but I'm not scared. Alice is a kid to me. Like, at the end of the day, look, you know what? Alice can be scared. Alice is not like me. I've been a Man United fan 40 years. I'm a proper United hardcore fan. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So I wouldn't be scared of a DOF and make sensationalist headlines that I'm scared of Arsenal at the end of the day. So Alice is worried, and she did a stream on it. I wouldn't do a stream on it. Why would I do a stream about Arsenal signing Berta? Who did Berta? Who was Berta there before? Where was he? Well, how did they do? How did they do? Absolutely, reverse. So who's Alice? How did Berta? How did their last team do, mate? How did Berta's last team do, mate? How did they do? Did they win the Champions League? Did they win the league? Did they win the Champions League? So stupid, honest to God. Like these type of headlines right here. And I'm going to bring this in, right? These type of headlines right here, this sensationalist crap that gets blurted, right? Something like this. The Arsenal obsession is sickness and the agenda reaches new levels. Now, guys, I don't know about you guys, right? But I'm not scared of Arsenal, or am I obsessed with Arsenal? Now, people bring Arsenal into the stream. It has been the international break. Now, I want to make this very, very clear. If you are an Arsenal fan, admit you are an Arsenal fan. Don't beat around the bush, sending out sly little manipulative tweets around. I would say that. Now, Terry, mate, I've been around. I'm from East London, just like you, Terry. I know about the birds and the bees, mate. But you know what? As a Manchester United fan for nearly 40 years myself, I respect Arsenal, but I don't go online kissing their backside, right? And the reason I say kissing their backside is because nobody has been talking about Arsenal for the last few weeks, guys. And in regards to criticism, nobody gets more criticism than Manchester United, right? So let's talk about that. You know, you want to talk about how people are obsessed with Arsenal. Mate, I think you are obsessed with Arsenal. I think you are obsessed with Arsenal. And I think you need to come out the closet when it comes to supporting your football team. And I believe you support Arsenal, my friend. I believe that. And this is a man, I've been on your show, Terry, 2-3 times, right? And I had my suspicions. But now it's starting to get a little bit obvious, isn't it? That you are an Arsenal fan, because nobody is talking about Arsenal, guys. Absolutely nobody. And the only reason I'm talking about Arsenal right now is to highlight this, is to highlight the fact that you keep talking about people being obsessed. Now, I am a huge advocate for realness, right? For people who speak up, who are real, right? I'm a real Man United fan, and I hate people who use Manchester United for profitability. I hate it, you know, because at the end of the day, you're either a Man United fan or you're not, you know, but I just don't think he is at the end of the day, my friends. Absolutely not. Morning, Grayo. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you're good weekend to NFI. Only a please don't forget to smash a like, guys. Absolutely. Guys, can you smash a like and subscribe? Thank you so much, Grayo, you legend. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very, very much. So I'm a bit needy, say, well, Gutierrez, Arteta is the problem. Arsenal is kind of a little bottle. Arsenal bottle it, mate. Arsenal, at the end of the day, look, I have nothing but respect for Arsenal as a football club. But to sit there and absolutely have, you know, bloody kissing their backside is not what I do. Like, at the end of the day, I'll say, well played, Arsenal. Arsenal play good football. That's about it for me. I'm not going to go out my way and say, oh, everyone's so scared of Arsenal. I mean, look, come on, mate. If you're a Man United fan, and truly a Man United fan, you would not be talking like that about Arsenal. You would not, because you know the rivalry between Man United and Arsenal. There's a respect there, but it's not a groveling, kiss ass sort of mentality, right? I've only ever seen in my lifetime. I was raised in London, born in London, raised in London. I've only ever had one Arsenal fan compliment Man United. When did they compliment Man United? The only time they complimented Man United was in 1998-99 season when we won the treble. And that was my next door neighbor who was an Arsenal fan. And what did he say? He goes, you know, Arsenal, Man United are quite a good team, you know. Yeah, they're a good team. Yeah. That was about it. That was it. The arguments I've had with Arsenal fans and stuff, you know, I mean, over the years, it's been crazy. So if Terry doesn't understand this, he doesn't understand who Arsenal are to Manchester United, maybe he needs to study a little bit and stop acting like a Man United fan. I would say that to him. And he can come on here and teach me, because at the end of the day, I've got a lot more knowledge about Man United than him. You know, and if he wants to come on here, I can tell him, ask him a few questions about Man United without the use of Google. Come on, mate, come here. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, none of us are obsessed with it, mate. None of us are obsessed. Respectfully, none of us are obsessed with Arsenal. Absolutely not. Nice, pleasure, clever girl, lives in Cambridge. Yeah, she's all right. She's all right. She's all right. She's all right. She just, yeah, she's all right. Hey, at the end of the day, they support Arsenal. Their channels to attract more Arsenal fans. They support Arsenal on their channels to attract more Arsenal on their subscribers. Doesn't make sense, mate. If you're Man United, Man United have more fans than anyone. Have you heard of the Greek striker Campios Kostoulis? Yes, I have, Almac. I have. I spoke about him many times over there. Almac, are you watching the show? Almac, I spoke about him weeks ago, mate. Weeks ago. Olympiacos player, young player, striker, very good player. Liverpool want him as well. A couple of teams want him. Kostoulis, I've been speaking about him for weeks, guys. Absolutely. And there you go. Yeah, I have heard about him. Absolutely. Terry Flowers looks like he is an Arsenal fan. And I tell you right now, Daniel, and this is exclusive for all of you, I am from Leighton in East London. Terry's from Leighton in East London. It is in London, is a town in London, right? Leighton. And we both lived up the road from each other, not far from each other. And I knew he was an Arsenal fan. I know about him. He's an Arsenal fan. And people can't tell me otherwise, of course. Is Terry like, no, he's 40 odd years old, mate. He's not that. He's my age, mate. He's coming towards I'm coming towards his age, shall I say. He's in his 40s, mate. Absolutely not. No, he's not 30s, mate. He's definitely either late 39, 40, 41, 42. No, he's not 30 years old, mate. Absolutely not. Look, I've been doing content now for a long time, like 2017. And I would say that if he was doing, I know that Terry Flowers has been doing it since 2014, right? With obviously back then. So that would make Terry Flowers 20 years old when he started, roughly. 16 years old when he started. Was Terry Flowers 16 when he started streaming? So how can he be 30 years old? You know what I mean? He was an old man then. He's an old man now, I'd say, at the end of the day. But what I would say is that, I would say that just stop the groveling. Stop the groveling. Stop the kissing the backside of other teams. You know what I mean? Stop doing that, because nobody is scared of Arsenal. Arsenal have not won anything for a long, long time, and nobody is obsessed with Arsenal. The only one who comes across obsessed with Arsenal is you. If you carry on mentioning them, that's it. Now, let me spin things a little bit. I've been in the media for 20 years, guys. 25 years I was in the media. I'm in the media. I've been around about the media, of course, right? So what I would say is this, right? A lot of the media support Arsenal. A lot of them support Arsenal. There are a lot of media Arsenal fans. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, maybe he's kissing the backside of the media. Maybe he needs the media. Maybe he needs it more, of course. I don't hate Arsenal. They just like harmless younger brother. I save the dislike for City and Liverpool. It depends where you were raised, Almac. It depends who you're raised. If you were raised, been a Man United fan for more than 40 years, you wouldn't like Arsenal. You wouldn't like Arsenal. We hate City and we hate Liverpool, but City are nobodies, really. I mean, when I was raised, City were in Division 2. So I didn't really hate City. I didn't care because they were irrelevant. So the hatred comes for Arsenal. If you've been a Man United fan for as long as I have, and you really support them, you don't like Arsenal. It's not hate, it's you don't like Arsenal. And you don't sit online and kiss Arsenal's backside. You don't do that. That's not what we do. You can reserve it for Liverpool, but you don't like Arsenal. We don't. If you know the history, you wouldn't. Absolutely not. I was raised in London, England, born in England, so I would know. He sounded like he only started supporting United 10 years. I don't think he even supports United, mate. I think he's just using them for clout and trying to balance it out with Arsenal as well at the end of the day. Sal, could Real Madrid go for Bruno for the season? He could make his long Hollywood passes for the likes of Mbappe. Goodness me. I don't think they're going to sign Bruno Matata, especially not for 90 million. I don't think so. They've got Bellingham, they've got Rodrigo, they've got obviously Kendrick as well. They got Bellingham, they got Mbappe. They've got a lot of great players in that team. I don't think they're going to want Bruno, to be honest with you. Taylor is a yes. East London. He said it London Bear Times. Yeah, I'm in East London as well. He lives up the road from me. Back in the day, there was a lot of West Ham fans in the papers. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, back when I was growing up, I was only one of a few Man United fans in East London. In 1989-90, Man United were not the powerhouse that they are today, or they were in the 90s. In 1989, we were like the underachievers. We were the great underachievers. We hadn't won the league for many, many years, couple of decades at that time. And I supported Man United because of my best friend supporting Man United. And I started supporting Man United because of that. I knew all the Man United fans in East London, basically, right? I knew who the Man United fans were. I knew who they wasn't. And, my area and London in general, back in the late 80s, early 90s, was a lot of Arsenal fans. There were many, many Arsenal fans, lots. And I know a lot of them at the end of the day. Absolutely. The London media was West Ham. Now it seems like us. Yeah, the media is Arsenal. Revert 7. The media is Arsenal. The media run narrative is Arsenal. Being in the music industry, Revert 7 for 20 years plus. They were Arsenal fans. They are Arsenal fans. If you go around and you ask all the pluggers, the musicians, everything, most of them are Arsenal fans. Absolutely. Born in South Vale. Big morning, Mark. How you doing, Elman? Hope you're doing well. Daniel, Sal, Beckham. Yeah, I went to the same school as him, Chase Lane. Daniel, I went to the same school as David Beckham. Yeah, and David Beckham was there. Is he from your ends too? I know that someone played for. I was born in Whips Cross. I played with him. I know his mum. I know his family. I come from Leytonstone. I'm from Leytonstone, born in Whips Cross. All right. David Beckham was born in Whips Cross. And I know of Beckham, met him many times. We used to go to the same sport shop in Walthamstow, just the back of Walthamstow. There's a Chingford sports shop just behind there where I used to buy my Man United jerseys. And David Beckham used to do the same. So back then, we used to bump into each other a lot of times. Beckham was well known. Beckham was a good lad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and a very good person. And raised in the same area, from the same town. Absolutely, yeah. We go back. Absolutely. Sal, would you love to go back to East London days and live that life again? I don't know, mate. I don't know about East London too much. East London has become a bit of a cesspit. To be honest with you, I'm not too sure about it. It's not the same East London as I was raised, unfortunately. Visiting, yeah, probably visit there and stuff. Sold a house out there and, moved away from there, to be honest with you. I was the only 4 United fans in my school in London. There wasn't many reverts there, especially when in the 1980s. In the 1980s, I was the only one because everyone supported Liverpool. There was Arsenal and there were like a couple of Tottenham. But there was never like Man United because we weren't champions. But a lot of people jumped on the Man United bandwagon when Man United became champions. And Man United started to become good. That's when you started to see a lot more Man United fans in London. But when I was being raised, there was only a few Man United fans, in London. Absolutely. Mark, Bruno will not leave United, so don't worry about that. They are some other players that we should be hoping find suitors. Bruno won't be leaving Man United, Mark. Absolutely not. I would shave my hair off and my eyebrows if Bruno goes to Real Madrid. Bruno's not going anywhere. Bruno is staying with Manchester United. We will not be selling Bruno. And Real Madrid will be not offering 90 million for Bruno. Absolutely not. I'm back. If United aren't in contention for EPL titles, who would you prefer to win? Aston Villa. Aston Villa, to be honest with you. Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, those type of teams. I don't like any of them. To be honest, I hope they all lose. Liverpool this season are winning the league, going to win the league, and that is devastating for me enough. I'm very, very upset and angry about that, and I think everyone should be. But what I would say is that, hopefully Man United can, instead of dwelling on this, Man United can actually use this to our advantage and inspire United to go on and win trophies. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Back. I met Bex many times, Revert 7, yes. Back when I was a kid, back when I was a kid, I've actually played with him at Hackney Marshes as well. I played with Ugo Ekiog. God rest his soul. I've played with a number of players at Hackney Marshes. I used to play at Hackney Marshes. Living in Leytonstone, I went to the same school as David Beckham, Chase Lane, in the 80s. I've come across David Beckham many, many times. East London like me, Leytonstone lad like me, absolute legend, and I'm proud of what he's achieved at Manchester United. And this is when people start talking about Cockney Reds, they forget that David Beckham assisted Man United to a treble, don't they? They forget that without David Beckham's assists, Man United don't win a treble. Who crossed the 2 goals in the Champions League final at the end of the day, And this is one thing I would say, Leytonstone's a blessed place for talent. Leytonstone, you've got the likes of Iron Maiden coming from Leytonstone, and you got a lot of talent that has come from Leytonstone, and it's a great pit for footballers as well. I met Paul Davies of Arsenal. Paul Davies, that's a blast from the past, Revert 7. That's a blast from the past. Absolutely. Blast from the past. Yeah. Many great footballers, Revert 7, come from East London. Many of them. And I've come across loads of players come from East London. Not least Sol Campbell. Met Sol Campbell once. He's from Plaistow in East London. Another one, for me, Sol Campbell was one of the most underrated defenders of all time for me. I think Sol Campbell, if there's one player that could improve Man United in the 90s, it's probably Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell was absolutely phenomenal, and he went into his own in the early turn of the century when he went to Arsenal. And I think he went into his own. I think he's an absolutely fabulous player. Absolutely, really do. Sharing East London at Chingford, absolutely. I lived in Chingford, Danny. I'm from Leytonstone, lived in Leytonstone from the early 80s all the way to now. I was born in Leytonstone, lived in Leytonstone, moved to Chingford, went to Chase Lane School. I moved back to East London, Leyton, in 1992. And I moved back to the East End, the Leytonstone side, of course. Morning, Sal, 209.35 like. Can people please smash the like button, guys? Please don't forget to smash the like button. Very, very important, of course, guys. Absolutely. I wanted Sol Campbell when he was at Spurs. I did as well. I thought he was a fabulous player. And to be honest with you, not many people know, but Sol Campbell started off in midfield. He started off in midfield, and then he went on to he ended up being he started a striker, moved into midfield, then went to defense, and then he just became a great player. I never forget the 1998 World Cup. I remember we were playing Colombia, England against Colombia, and he got that ball from his own defensive line, and he took on the whole Colombia team. He almost scored an absolute worldie, but he got tackled in the end. I remember it. I'll never forget it. So I'm a proper East Ender, mate. Yeah, proper East Ender. Born and bred East End, Leytonstone, Chingford, you name it. I know it like the back of my hand, mate. I used to work in Stratford. I used to be a fishmonger in Stratford. I was a baker in Stratford. I made fried chicken in Stratford at Safeways. If people know Safeways, it's not there anymore, but it's Morrison's now. But you know what I mean? I used to do that. Yeah. Used to love it. Used to go to Leyton Sixth Form College. Yeah. Went to Norlington School as well as Chase Lane. Been a proper Londoner, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And wasn't rich, didn't have a pot to piss in. There wasn't like I had to move around a lot. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and it was tough times. I have seen real struggles, mate. I lived in a place called Cattle Estate. Cattle Estate is a tower block in East London that has been demolished. It was very dangerous. It was 8 times worse than Harlem at one time, right? 2 tower blocks, Redwood Tower and Hornbeam Tower. I used to live in Redwood Tower. And Cattle Estate. Have a look. in Leytonstone, and I was raised there. So people who know me know I've been raised in a very, very tough place. You know what I mean? I've seen things. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, my earliest memory about life in general was seeing someone jump off a balcony in front of me. When I was coming out of the flat, I saw him go splat on the floor. That was my earliest memory of life, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I have seen a lot, and I was very close to my friends, and basically one of my friends supported Man United. He used to show me these magazines. He showed me these, and he gave me a VHS tape. And I you know, since then I never looked back, and I supported the team my friends supported, and I supported Man United in the late 80s, and it just resonated, and it carries on until today. Yes, sir. I remember Sol Campbell was a midfielder. Great fun fact, sir. Absolutely. And he scored a lot of goals. He was a good player, mate. He was a very good player, Sol Campbell. Absolutely. Plasto lad, East London, all day long, East London, mate. Look, you know what? What comes out of East London, mate? It's the ley lines, isn't it? It's Leytonstone, the ley lines. It's the energy. It's different, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, absolutely. Big up, Jarvis, my friend. So you're a real G. Did you go to university? I went the long way around, Daniel. I'm an artist. I'm a cartoonist. I done freelance work for the cartoon channels, Nickelodeon and stuff like that. I worked on there. I've done magazines. I've done a lot of things and stuff. But I did go to uni. I did get a business degree, in Shepherd's Bush in England, Grafton University. But I didn't really. I was a bit like inconsistent with my studies. My dad always wanted me to do a certain thing. I was an artist, and my dad he never wanted me to be an artist. He wanted me to be like a doctor or a dentist. He just wanted me to go to work in a suit, you know. And he didn't want me to be a cartoonist because he felt I was going to be selling drawings in Leicester Square and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So he didn't really want me to be an artist, you know. So my life growing up was always kamikaze. So I ended up, you know what I mean, here and there and everywhere, and doing different things, you know, working in different places and putting in the hard graft, you know. Luckily, throughout that time, throughout the life, I got into music. I went into music industry, and I worked in the music industry 20 years, working with some very talented people, platinum selling artists, new artists, you name it. I mean, I've been around the world doing music and managing music, you know, managing my artists, Reds, REDZZs on YouTube. That's my brother as well, blood brother. And, I worked with a lot of people, Shady Records, G Unit, you know, you name it, I've worked with them, and very, very proud of what I've achieved, where I came from. And to be honest with you, I real recognize real, and I know what real is. You know, I know who's fake, who's not. Even if it is a Man United fan, I know if he's a real one, I know if he's a fake one. Do you know what I mean? Because there are certain characteristics in a Man United fan that I know that is a Man United fan. Now, I live in the UAE at the moment, in Abu Dhabi, and we're starting up a branch over here. We've done that. We started it, and I know a couple over here who are real Man United fans. Do you know what I mean? And you can just tell it rolls off the tongue at the end of the day. You know, there are people in our fan base, including the fan channels, who when Sir Bobby Charlton and Dennis Law passed away, God rest their soul, they didn't even mention it on their streams, guys. You know what I mean? They didn't even mention it on their streams. And if they did mention it, they mentioned it very late, right? And for me, as soon as that happened, I had to do a stream about it, because the importance of Dennis Law and Bobby Charlton to our football team is unrivaled. You know what I mean? They're absolutely incredible for this club, of course. Big up, Ricardo Diaz. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good, my friend. Good to see you, my guy. Guys. So, we talk about a lot of things on here. Anyone can ask me anything in regards to my life. I'm happy to say it. I'm happy to spread it. I have pictures of me as a Man United fan since the 80s. I don't shut. I've got evidence. There's not many people who can do that. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I would say that, you know, at the end of the day. And a lot of people became Man United fans back in the 90s, especially in London and in Europe, because Man United was successful, you know what I mean? And that was just it, you know, and I know that firsthand, you know. I remember one of my good friends who was supporting, who was he supporting? Blackburn. He supported Blackburn in 1995. And I said, you only support Blackburn because Blackburn won the league in 1995. And, you know, a year later, when Man United won the double with you can't win anything with kids. He ended up supporting Man United, and it's ridiculous the way some things have happened. You know what I mean? Over the years, it is mad that the people you see, the fakes and you know what I mean, and stuff like that. It is a bit of a mad thing at the end of the day, guys. But yeah. Guys, let's take it back. Of course, I've been mentioning about a lot of players this week. Let's recap. Manchester United are interested in Morten Højmund, of course, Danish international, 15 caps for Denmark, 1 goal, playing for Sporting Lisbon at the moment. Of course, played under Ruben Amorim, of course, at Sporting Lisbon, of course. Asana Diao is wanted by a number of clubs in Europe, guys. Asana Diao is a player who currently plays for Como in Italy. 25 million, 19 years old, absolutely smashing it, can play right winger, left winger, and centre forward. Now, if we're going to look at a player other than Bolder, you're going to look at a player like this, because this player is 25 million euros. He is versatile as well, and a very, very good player as well, guys. Very, very decent player. And obviously, there was news about the Spanish, the Argentinian player, stroke Chilean player, Ian Sabiebre. Ian Sabiebre plays for River Plate, and he is a 18-year-old right winger, but also can play in a number of other positions, guys. Very, very decent player. So those are some of the players that we've been mentioning. And of course, today we're mentioning Joan Garcia, of course, for Espanyol goalkeeper, who we've been interested in the past. But it is known that Ruben Amorim is a big fan of Joan Garcia, guys. Absolutely sharp. So I love your passion and your realism. You just definitely deserve more than 9K. So thank you so much, Shah. Thank you, mate. The thing is, right, and I would say this, Shah, right, and I'll say this to the whole community, right, what we got to do, right, as a community, there are many up-and-coming channels out there. There's loads of good ones, right? There are. We got to stop supporting what was before, right? There's too much support on them. You know, people think there's just Terry, there's just Mark, there's just Saeed, there's just rants. You know what I mean? That's it. And Flex and people like that. Start looking away from those people, because those people there took advantage of a time that was chances. They were chances. They took a chance, and some of them are not Man United fans. And I would say that right now as a person who's met them. Right now, the real Man United fans are coming in to change the game. This is why I've got a lot of Man United fans. And, it's not about numbers. It's about quality, right? But I would say that the Man United fans who are starting to acknowledge this channel are coming towards this channel, and they're going to start supporting this channel, because other channels are claiming to be Man United, think they can wear a Man United jersey, a Man United cap, and that's it. They're Man United fans at the end of the day. And they can't evidence that from the past. They can't, and I would say that that's something that we need to change, of course. Sal, can you prove you are a bigger Man United fan than Ratcliffe? Sal, Ratcliffe, yes, I can, mate. Yes, I can. I can actually post a picture of me in a Man United shirt from 1992. I don't think Ratcliffe can do that. I can post a picture of me in a Man United jersey from 1988. I don't think Ratcliffe can do that. Do you? Absolutely not. I don't think Ratcliffe can sit on here and have a debate with me about Man United's history. And I would urge him to do that. That's the way you can prove it. I would urge him to do that. Do you know what I mean? I would urge Ratcliffe to come on this show and I'll ask him some questions about Google. He won't be able to answer those questions. Ratcliffe is as much as a Man United fan as Jamie Carragher. Sure. That is what. Big up Amin, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up Majestic. My first favorite books when George Best. Love them. Majestic, salute you, my friend. Salute you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. George Best is an absolute legend. Had the privilege of meeting George Best in Leighton, in East London, by the way. He was due to play a celebrity football match at Leighton Orient in East London. And met him, wore this black leather jacket he did, and he came on. He didn't play. He was meant to play in the charity match. He didn't play. Came up, shook my hand, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that was a brilliant time. Unfortunately, in the mid-90s, we didn't have camera phones and things like that. So it was a little bit sad. I've met so many great people, do you know what I mean, over the years. And it would have been great to show them to you. And 1989, of course. 1995, of course. I mean, big up everyone. Of course, some of those fan channels were in a big channel before they started their own channel. And that is the thing, Shah. I was never given that elevation. I've never done that. I've been on Terry's channel a few times, but other than that, they were given an elevation. They used this, and that circle right there, they've just supported each other. at the end of the day, and they've just been spinning around this circle. And I think, this circle, I don't think are really genuine Man United. And I would say that, without any hate, without anything like that. But at the end of the day, there is a circle there that continues to be pushed, right? That they're not Man United. You honestly think Owen is a Man United fan, United view? Mate, that guy's a wrestling fan. He's not a Man United fan. He knows nothing about Man United. You honestly, at the end of the day, and you know what I mean? They're just there to chances. They're chances, and they take a chance, and they pretend they support Man United because Man United get clicks, and they can make a platform at Man United and things like that. But start talking about the history of Man United. Go on a channel and start talking about the history of Man United, and then let's see what they say. Do you know what I mean? None of them are. Totally agree, Sal. So we come to seek smaller channels that actually offer quality content. There are way too many rant-style creators out there. You're right, Jarvis. At the end of the day, look, I'm not saying that you can't get upset, you can't get passionate, you can't and all that. But you know what? You can tell that they're chances. You can tell. Look, I know Mark Goldbridge, Jarvis. I know him. I've known him for like 8 years, right? And the thing is, I know that Mark Goldbridge is a Man United fan, right? And many people will say, oh, he's not. But the others who he supported, for example, the likes of Saeed and the likes of Rance and the likes of Flex, and that they are as much as Man United fans as bloody Gabriel Agbonlahor is a Man United fan. And I would say that, do you know what I mean? But they got season tickets from United Stand and stuff, and they're using them right now and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, but good luck to them. They made their platform. But what I am saying is this, right, is that we need to start opening doors for these small channels as well, smaller channels. I know we're going to grow. We're all going to grow. I know that we're going to grow. We're going to get to where we want to be. And I know that. But at least, you know what I mean, good things take time. You know what I mean? Good things take time. And whilst we're growing and we're building new communities and new people coming on our channels, you know what I mean? We're going to have a fresher, newer, realer channels than those people there, because they will become stale. Make no word about that. They will become stale and we will grow, because at the end of the day, I've invited many people on this channel to talk about Man United. I've had big people on this channel to talk about Man United, about the history, about the past. And every time I mention the history and the past, they want to change the subject. Why? Because they don't know about the football club at the end of the day. Sam, what's going on? Can you always display the pictures of these players we get linked to when you mention their names? This will set you out from other. I'll be unique. I've done that already, mate. I've done that yesterday. I've done that, of course. If people don't know what I did yesterday, look at this. I did put up pictures. If people don't know, I've deleted them now. Yeah, I did pick up pictures yesterday, mate. Absolutely. But I don't read. The thing is, Sam, I don't read from a internet article or a Google like some people. I got to talk about knowledge, about memory. I don't go in there and just post pictures because I want to talk about it with knowledge. I don't want to show a picture, but showing a picture, I will show a picture definitely. If you need to see a picture, of course, I will do that. Sam, of course. Big up United. What's going on? So how you doing, mate? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. So what do you think of Bruno to Real Madrid? What do you think of 90 minutes? I think it's not true, mate. I don't think it's not true. I think Man United are in for Trincao, though. I do think Man United are in for Trincao, but I don't think the Bruno thing is true, if I'm being honest with you guys. Nowadays, they have diverted to cooking with singer streams, haircut streams, travel streams, as soon as they started love on bed stream. Absolutely. I mean, and this is what I'm saying. None of them have got their own originality. Mark Goldbridge started doing cooking shows, and then they're all doing cooking shows. They've not got their own brain. They copy people. They're unoriginal. Why are they unoriginal? Because they're not creative. They're not talented. They're not talented, and people need to stop supporting them. Honestly, they're toxic. They thrive off sensationalist, loud, cocky, arrogant, rude, insults, and that's what they do. You know what I mean? And I would say this, you know what I mean? Be aware, be cautiously aware of who they really are, because they are not United fans, definitely not. And I would say that. Do you know what I mean? I made the mistake. Back in the day when I started doing streams. I used to do pre-recorded streams. I didn't used to do live. I used to do pre-recorded streams, and I used to bring a lot of these people, Saeed, Terry, you name it, on the show. I even had people like Jason McAteer, ex-Liverpool player, Tony Cottee, ex-West Ham and England player. I had people like that on the show. I had great people on the show, but I got to know people. I got to know these guys. And, I used to think when I was interviewing them or talking to them, I used to think that, you know what, they're not really united, are they? They're not really united at the end of the day. Shah, what's your opinion on the likes of UPTV, Full-Time Devils? Full-Time Devils, UPTV. You mean thingy? What's his name? Matic, that guy. You mean him? I think he's boring. And Moni. That's it. But he is a Man United fan, Shah. He's a Man United fan. I would say he's a Man United fan. 100%. He's been a Man United fan a long time. You can tell. You know what I mean? You can tell certain people have been Man United fans, but the channel's a little bit stale. It's a bit repetitive. What you got to do, guys, and what I would say is this, right? I'm nothing, and I've got only 9,000 subscribers. Quite rightly, right? I've got 9,000 subscribers. You know, it is growing, but I have got 9,000 subscribers. What separates people is the people who can be themselves, who can come on this show and not scared to say what they have to say. I'm never scared to say what I have to say. I don't care what people think about me. I still get big journalists on the show. I still get big people on the show. I will carry on speaking my mind and speaking the truth and the gospel. Because I think the truth needs to be spoken about all the time. I think we always need to mention the truth. And I don't think there's enough truth out there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And in particular, Manchester United and football and stuff like that. I saw a clip of Rants and Bands, didn't know what Diego Forlan song was about. That's, oh my God. Shall I educate him? Diego, whoa, Diego, whoa. He comes from Uruguay. He made the Scousers cry. Yeah, absolutely. And he also made Dudek cry because Dudek was thank you, Dudek, because those goals were very, very presentable, should I say? Absolutely. Thank you very much. But there you go, Weaver7. And that is absolutely what it is at the end of the day. That is exactly, I could bring any one of those people on this channel. I would even bring Flex, Owen, France, all of them, Terry, all of them, bring them on the show. Let's have a quiz. Let's do this. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and without the Google use, of course, they use Google and stuff like that. Absolutely. Big up to you, Sound Jarvis. We need to collab stream both soon. Absolutely, me and Jarvis, definitely. I've got a lot of love for Jarvis, man. Big up Jarvis, by the way. But you know what? Big up the Norwegian contingent of our Man United fan base. It's unrivaled, our following in Scandinavia. And Jarvis is a big Man United fan. Watched his content many times. Very, very good. And make sure you subscribe to him as well. He's absolutely brilliant. He is a big one, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, look, yeah, me and Jarvis need to sort something out, definitely. Whenever he's ready, I'm ready whenever, guys, absolutely. Guys, I've got Ben Jacobs, the journalist, on the show later on today. Please, guys, if you don't mind, let me know if you want me to pose any questions to Ben Jacobs. Of course, if you want me to ask him anything about transfers, anything like that, transfer strategy, anything like that. If you want me to ask him anything, let me know. I've also got Jamie Jackson on the show again. So Ben Jacobs and Jamie Jackson should be on the show this week. They're both friends of the show, friends of the channel, been on the channel before. So be great to get them back on. It'd be great to get Ben Jacobs, who I think I've got a lot of respect for him and stuff. So, and I love his work with Fabrizio Romano as well. So, yeah, and Fabrizio Romano should be happening pretty soon as well, guys. Absolutely. United People's TV is okay. Yeah. Mason Mount, PFA signing, questioned his knowledge after that comment. I could have told a lot of people that Mason Mount is not the right man for Man United. I could have told him that a long, long time ago, to be honest with you. I could have told him that at the end of the day. I could have told him that that he's not a real fan at the end of the day. I wouldn't say he's not a real fan, but knowledge. Knowledge is something different. But what we have to separate, what we have to separate is something that is subjective and something that is real, So Mason Mount being a good player is subjective. But those of us who watch football a lot know that Mason Mount was never going to fit into Manchester United. And I think you knew that, Almac. I think a lot of people knew that. I think if you rate Mason Mount as a Man United fan, I never rated him a Man United player. I never rated him as a Man United player. He's a Chelsea player. It's as simple as that at the end of the day. Heard of that rumor. Is he a real fan? I don't know, Daniel. I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say no. I don't know. I've been on his channel. I know him absolutely, but I don't know if he's real. I be real with you. Like, I don't want to upset Jarvis. They're friends. You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't say anything at the moment. At the end of the day, Sal and Goldbridge collab stream absolutely coming soon. Shah, don't worry about that. Coming soon. I will have Mark Goldbridge on my channel sometime. Definitely, it'd be great to get him on my channel instead of going on bloody Terry Fleur's channel. He's a bloody Arsenal fan. He needs to get away from that. Do you know what I mean? He needs to stop giving opportunities to people who don't need opportunities. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would say. Absolutely. I would say that because he's not a United fan, and he's pretending. So, yeah, there you go. I would say that. But you know what? Soon come. You never know what will happen. Say it out to Goldbridge. Sharp, go to Goldbridge. Tell him. I speak to Sal. Goldbridge knows me. You should go on Stretford Post. Absolutely. Unfortunately, what I would say is exactly what I've been saying for the last few weeks, is that many people, they look at numbers. They don't look at realism. They don't look at who's a real fan, who's not a real fan. They look at numbers, right? At the end of the day, I could be an absolute prat, with a multicolored T-shirt with loads of likes everywhere, but I have 1 million followers. People want to jump on my stream. That's what it is. So the best thing for me to do, and what other people do, is build your community, build your base and stuff like that and that. But don't, by all means, go to Goldbridge, say you should go on Stretford Post. Have you heard of Stretford Post? Keep spreading the word, and that's how you do it, guys. Absolutely. But I've spoken to Mark many times. I almost worked with Mark. I almost arranged a show here in the UAE for Mark. Unfortunately, it didn't materialize, but it could happen in the future. But we nearly arranged the show for Mark Goldbridge over here in the UAE. He was a little bit concerned about the tickets. If we sell, we would have sold a lot more than 1,000. Trust me, people I know over here. But it would have been great, but it could still happen, of course. And the collaboration between Mark Goldbridge and Sal and Stretford Post is well overdue. I mean, it is well overdue. Absolutely. Yeah, Sal, I usually stream 9 p.m. because of work and family, so it's the only time I'm free. Didn't reach out since I know you stream in the mornings. Didn't want to mess your schedule. Anytime, Jarvis, just let me know what time. So you usually stream 9 p.m. 9 p.m. What time is that? Is that Norwegian time, Jarvis? Is that Norwegian time? Yeah, man. Definitely. I'll do a late show. Also, I'll do the watch-alongs. I'm sure you do the watch-alongs as well. I'll do the watch-alongs as well. So, you know what I mean? I'm up till late, The problem I have here, Jarvis, is that at the moment, I'm 3 hours ahead of UK, 2 hours ahead of Central Europe. That's the thing at the moment. 9 p.m. UK. 9 p.m. UK. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to arrange a show this week, Jarvis. I'll message you on Twitter, and we'll arrange something. Definitely, we'll arrange something. Obviously, because of my timings and stuff like that. But yeah, let's do something. Even if I jump on yours, you can jump on mine anytime, brother. Anytime. Mick is still in the swimming pool in the building. No, he's not, mate. He's all right, mate. Thankfully, he's okay. At least he's okay. God bless the people of Thailand, by the way. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I saw the earthquake and stuff like that. People understand fan channels give opinions which are subjective. There's opinions and there's abuse, Goals for George. There's opinions and there's lies. You know what I mean? If you're standing there lying to be about a Man United fan, then that's not a Man United fan for me. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, pretending to be a Man United fan is quite insulting, to be honest. And talking a load of smack on your channel, abusing players, calling them a ball fraud, peanut head, you know what I mean? Like that, calling other people a bum, calling, you know what I mean, people like Ugarte a bum, and, and things like that, which spread around the negativity, of course, guys, absolutely. I've been around this channel, Goals for George, a long, long time. I've been around Man United a long, long time, mate. I've seen a lot more than you have in regards to that, because I know a lot of them personally, you know what I mean? And I know certain people are pretending to be Man United fans, and that is something that I don't respect, of course. Big up, Jarvis. There are some hardcore United fans in Scandinavia before. Yeah, it is legendary, of course. Absolutely. Bad joke. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Come on. I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's going on? What are you doing, mate? What are you talking about? Guys, It has been a splendid show. Thank you so much. It's been a real show. I like it. Absolutely. I'm scared of getting blocked by mentioning a fan channel on live chat unless it's just... No, he's fine with me, mate, Shah. He's fine with me. Just tell him Sal. Have you heard of Sal? Sal Warner. Tell him, have you heard of Sal Warner? Stretford Post. You guys should collaborate. Just do that. Absolutely. A question for the guest journalist. I know Ruben Amram away is working. At Sporting, no player enters without his final say. Absolutely. At United, however, we'll continue to have the final say. I hope so, Ricardo Diaz. I think that's imperative. I think that's very, very important, mate. It's a good point, Ricardo. It is a very good point that we do. Ruben Amram does need to have his opinion, and his opinion needs to weigh heavy. You know what I mean? People can't be like, at the end of the day, we have to trust this manager. We have to trust it, but he hasn't even got his own team there yet. So we got to trust this manager, and we got to trust his process and trust his ideas, definitely. By the way, some of the big channels seem a bit dodgy. How do you have hundreds of thousands of only 500 viewers tuning in? Tactical Devils, I would say this to you right now, Jarvis, everything, 80% of their followers are bots, mate. I was raised, Jarvis, 25 years almost in the music industry. I know what YouTube fake is. I know everything. I've been here since before YouTube came around, all right? And I think that a lot of them are using bots. Not all the bots. They're not all bots, but, you know, a lot of them are. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Look, you know, at the end of the day, and I can prove that. But let them eat. Let them eat. If they want to eat, that's it. But don't proclaim to be Man United fans. It's like these tier lists that people are doing, you know what I mean? And what I'm saying is that they do a tier list, but they're still focusing on the same circle. Do you know what I mean? The same circle, the same circle, the same circle. You know, and I would say open doors. I'm a guy who likes to open doors. I open doors for people. I like to open doors. I like to collaborate. I like to do things like that. No, I'm not on 1 million subscribers yet or anything like that, but we will be. We will be on 1 million subscribers and we will take over. Don't worry about that. It's about persistence. Absolutely. So we'll enjoy your biryani with Shah today. Absolutely. No, thank you, mate. No, thank you. I don't do anything like that. I'm not. I don't need to make myself look like an idiot to get clout, mate. At the end of the day, I've worked with legends in my time. You know what I mean? I actually have talent. You know what I mean? I don't need to pretend I'm getting angry about biryani. Luckily, thankfully, alhamdulillah, as people say. You know what I mean? I don't think I have to do that, of course. There's so many young disreputable fans. Absolutely. They're not fans, I would say, revert. So I'll say that in the lightest possible way. They're vibers. They're vibers. They're social media vibers. That's what they're. They play on vibes. Yeah, Nigeria has a large... Africa has a large fan base, absolutely. They're very passionate as well. Absolutely. I mean, Nigeria has Arsenal fans a lot, and Chelsea, and Man United, of course. Hopefully, Forest will be tired tomorrow. I hope so as well. Big up, everyone. Portuguese newspapers today say Arsenal will attack Gutierrez. Arsenal's new sport director likes Gutierrez. You snooze, you lose, isn't it, Ricardo? If you don't go for it, of course, at the end of the day. Big up, Sal, Man United playing on April Fool's Day. Absolutely. Hopefully, the Fools are not in the Forest. Absolutely. Big up, Kenny. And more like pretenders. Absolutely, Rasta. Big up, Rasta. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Guys, thank you for joining me today. I will be back later on for the interview. I'll be speaking to Ben Jacobs later on, so don't forget to join me for that. Absolutely. Needs to happen. It's well over. Absolutely. Mark Goldbridge, Stretford Stampo. Absolutely. Needs to happen. It's been well overdue, mate. And proper knowledgeable conversations will be happening. Definitely. Guys, thank you so much, Shah. Big up, Shah. Guys, thank you for joining me. I'll be back. Please don't forget to tune in to the Ben Jacobs interview later, 2 p.m. UK time, of course. Lots of questions you can ask. Guys, have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. See you tonight. Take it easy. Peace.